afternoon. Have you had a nice lunchtime? I have. What did you have to eat? Oh, very tasty. I had some tuna pasta today. That was really nice as well. Well, back to our Cinderella story. I hope you had lots of fun this morning making magic wands, being like the fairy godmother. I was thinking about something else the fairy godmother said in our story, and she gave Cinderella a very important instruction. She told her that she had to be home by midnight, and if she wasn't home by midnight, all of the magic would disappear. Now, midnight is the same as 12 o'clock. And it made me start thinking a little bit about clocks. And it made me think about something that we have in our song basket that makes us think about clocks too. And it was this little person. It's a mouse. Can you remember which song we do when we have our mouse in our song basket? It's Hickory Dickory Dock. Okay, can you get your fingers ready to be a little mouse? I will get my clock. So at the moment on my clock, it's 1 o'clock, ready for our song. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock struck 1. The mouse ran down, hickory dickory dock, tick tock, tick tock. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock struck 2, the mouse said, boo! Hickory dickory dock, tick tock, tick tock. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock struck 3, the mouse said, wee! Hickory dickory dock, tick tock, tick tock. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock struck 4, the mouse said, no more. Hickory dickory dock, tick tock, tick tock. So we leave our clock on 4 o'clock. Now there's a very easy way for us to start to tell the time. And if you have a look at my clock, and if in a little while you have a look at some clocks in your house, you'll find that they have some things about them that are always the same. A clock will always have one long hand and one short hand. They're not hands like ours, are they? But we call them hands on a clock. And the long one on my clock is pointing up to the top. And if the long hand points right up to the top on the clock, to number 12, that means it's an o'clock time. My turn? O'clock. O'clock, dial. So the big hand is pointing up at the 12. That means it's an o'clock time. We know that. And then the little hand tells us which o'clock it is. So which number is that little hand pointing to? This one here, can you see? That's right, it's number 4. So it means it must be 4 o'clock. Should I do another o'clock time and see if you can tell me what it is? Let's have a look. Oh, the big hand's pointing up to the top, so we know it's an o'clock time. What number is that little hand pointing to? Can you see? It's number 2. So it's 2 o'clock. Oh, let's see if I could do you a trickier one. All the way round. My big hand is pointing up to the top, so it's an o'clock time. Where is the little hand pointing there? What number's that? It's 7 o'clock. Well done. So long as that big hand is pointing right up here, we can look at what number the little hand is pointing to, and we will be telling the time. 7 o'clock. That's probably bedtime for lots of you, isn't it? 7 o'clock. So we've got our clock here. And there was a clock in the story. Let's see if I can find the page where that big grandfather clock was. Oh, there it is. It's just gone past 12 o'clock. That that clock hasn't got any numbers on, it's just got dots. You might spot some in your house that have dots instead of numbers. That's fine. When you're a grown-up, you get to be able to tell the time even without the numbers. So we're going to be thinking today about the numbers on our clock. And I need you to have your number cards ready all the way up to 12. If you haven't got any ready, just pause the video now, make some, just like I've done by putting numbers on little pieces of paper all the way up to 12, and then come back to us. Okay? Okay, so everyone watching now has got their number cards. Right, I would like you to pass them to your grown-up. And we've done this before, we're going to do it again. I would like your grown-up to go and hide them for you around the house. That's the first thing we're going to do. So give them to your grown-ups. Get your grown-ups to hide them. You can close your eyes and count. And when you've found them all again, come back to me. Pause the video now. Well done. Did you find all of your cards? Brilliant. Now we're going to need to sort them out, aren't we? Because I imagine, just like mine, yours are probably jumbled up. So what's the first number we say when we're counting? We say 1. So that's going to need to be our first number when we're sorting them out. I've already found my number 1. I'm going to put it there ready. I'm going to spread all my numbers out here and see if I can put them into the right order. Okay, here we go. So after number 1 comes number 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Oh, I've forgotten what comes next. Let's count from the beginning again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my goodness, I'm going to run out of space. 11 and 12. I've done mine. Pause the video now and you see if you can sort yours out too. Okay, well done. Have you sorted them? The next thing I need you to do is to find a plate. Doesn't matter if it's got patterns on, doesn't matter how big it is, so long as it's a circle shape, just like our clock. So pause the video, go and find yourself a plate. Well done. We have a plate and we have our numbers all the way up to 12. And we're going to have a go at putting our numbers in the right places on our plate. So it's just like our clock. Okay, so I'm going to have a go at doing mine and then you'll be able to pause the video and have a go at doing yours. So which number is at the top of my clock there? Can you see? It's a really big number, it's a tricky one. It's number 12. Now I know that this is number 12 at the bottom, so I'm going to put number 12 up at the top of my plate, just like it's my clock. And then after number 12, I've got my number 1. I'm going to put my number 1 next. Then number 2. Then number 3. Then number 4. Then number 5. And if I have a look right at the bottom, my number 6 is right at the bottom of my circle. So make sure that's in the right place. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. Number 10. And number 11. And then it goes 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All the way around again. So that's the first job I would like you to do this afternoon. You don't need to do it now actually, you could do it afterwards. And when you've done that, and you might want to find a clock in your house to help you out too, when you've done that, we're going to have a go at making our very own clocks that we can keep and we can play with. So I have started off doing mine just here. Now, I found an old paper plate and it was perfect because it's a circle shape, just like our clock. But if you don't have a paper plate, that's fine. Find an old cardboard box and cut it up. And then you can work with your grown-ups to pop your numbers on your clock. Don't worry if they're not the same as mine, that's fine. Put your numbers on your clock and you could even decorate it. And I am going to use something now to attach my hands. Now you could use a split pin if you're lucky enough to have any of those. I haven't got any, so I'm going to use one of these. It's a paper clip. And all I'm going to do is open out my paper clip like this. Can you see? And then I'm going to poke the top bit of my paper clip through my paper plate. Just here like this through my paper plate. And then I'm going to put some sellotape on the back. Okay, be there in a minute. Put some sellotape on the back of my plate like this to hold that bit of my paper clip in place. And I've got a little bit now sticking up here. And I'm going to use that to put my hands on, because what we really want is our hands to be able to move. You might want to use a little bit of straw. That would be okay as well. Okay. You might want to put a little bit of blue tack on the ends of the straw, and then that would help it to turn around. Whatever you can think of that means your hands can turn. Oh, nearly done. There we go. So I've got my paper clip sticking through and my hands on my clock can turn. So I have made myself my very own clock, and I can have a go at doing some of those o'clock times. So here I have done 10 o'clock, and you can have a go at doing your very own clock just like mine. Or you might want to make a watch. So here is my watch. I've used a toilet roll and I've cut it so it fits on my wrist, and there is my watch. So spend some time this afternoon having a look at clocks in your house, having a go at making your own. Have a look if you can spot an o'clock time on any of your clocks today. And tomorrow we will come back together and we'll be doing more fun Cinderella activities and maybe a bit of dancing tomorrow morning too. Now I need to go because my little boy's just told me that Colin, our dog, has got a Nerf gun bullet. So I need to go and take that out of his mouth. So I'd best rush off now, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.